Once upon a time, in a small village at the bottom of a valley nestled between tall mountains, there lived a little boy named Timmy. Now, Timmy was a curious kid who loved asking questions about everything. Why is the sky blue? Why do birds fly? Why do fish live in water? You name it, he had a question for it. And his parents, bless their souls, tried their best to answer all of them. But as time went on, they got tired of answering his endless queries. "Timmy," his mom would say, "why are you asking so many questions? It's not good to be so inquisitive." His dad would nod in agreement. "Yes, Timmy, sometimes it's best just to stop and wonder." But Timmy couldn't help himself. He needed an answer for every question. One day, while playing by himself in the field, Timmy looked up at the sky and asked out loud, "Why do we have a moon?" Silence. No one answered. Timmy sighed. No one ever answered his questions. He felt a lump in his throat and hot tears pricking at his eyes. He ran home, threw himself on his bed, and buried his face in his pillow. "I wish anyone would answer my questions," he mumbled into the soft fabric. "I'm so lonely," he whispered, and the room grew dark. As evening fell, Timmy peeked out his window. The moon was shining bright in the inky black sky. "Hey, moon!" he called out. "Can you hear me?" The moon seemed to glow brighter. "I'm over here," Timmy said, waving. To his surprise, the moon waved back, and a warm, friendly voice echoed in his head. "Hello, Timmy," the moon said. "What are you doing?" Timmy gasped. The moon could talk. You can talk," he stammered. The moon chuckled, a sound like wind chimes in the breeze. "Of course I can talk, silly. I talk to everyone in the village when they're sleeping. I tell them stories about the stars." "Stories?" Timmy perked up. You want to tell me a story?" The moon beamed. "Of course, that's what I do every night. What do you want to hear about?" "The stars," Timmy breathed. And so began their nightly ritual. Every evening when the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars twinkled to life, Timmy would come to his window and the moon would tell him magical tales about each one. There was Proxima Centauri, a tiny star so close to us that if you wished really hard, it would grant you a wish. Then there was Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, which belonged to the great dog constellation Canis Major. According to the moon, it was a loyal and loving companion to its owner, Orion the Hunter. Next, there was Polaris, the North Star, which never moved because it was at the tip of the Little Dipper, also known as Ursa Minor. The moon said Polaris was a humble star that guided lost travelers home. Timmy listened to these stories with wide eyes and an open heart. For the first time since he could remember, he didn't feel lonely. In fact, he felt happier than he'd ever felt before. He learned that Antares, the star in the Scorpion constellation, was actually a binary star system, meaning it was made up of two stars that orbited each other. He heard about Albireo, a beautiful blue star in the Eagle constellation, which shone so brightly because it was twice the size of our sun. And he marveled at the Pleiades, a group of 7 stars that formed a small dipper-like shape in the sky, which the moon said were 7 sisters who liked to dance together. Each night, Timmy would run to his window with a mix of excitement and anticipation, eager to hear more about the wonders of the universe. The moon would greet him with a smile and a new adventure. Sometimes they'd travel to distant galaxies where strange and wonderful creatures roamed. Other times they'd visit nearby planets, moons, and comets. Timmy learned about supernovas, which are exploding stars that light up the night sky with brilliant colors, and black holes, which are mysterious regions in space with gravity so strong, not even light can escape their grasp. As the weeks went by, Timmy started sharing the stories the moon told him with the villagers. At first, they didn't believe him. "The moon talks to you. That's impossible," they'd say with a laugh. But Timmy insisted, It's true, I promise. She tells the most amazing stories." The villagers would shake their heads and walk away, but soon enough they came back, drawn in by Timmy's enthusiasm. "Tell us a story, Moon," they'd call out to the night sky. And just like with Timmy, the moon would oblige. She'd share tales of daring adventures, faraway lands and fantastical creatures, keeping the villagers entertained and their spirits high. Soon, the whole village was looking forward to the moon's stories. People would come out of their homes, lie down on the soft grass and gaze up at the stars. They laughed, they gasped, and they cheered as the moon wove her magic. One night, though, a thick blanket of clouds covered the moon, blocking her light from reaching the earth. The villagers frowned, disappointed. Without the moon's stories, the night seemed long and boring. Timmy felt sad too. He missed hearing the tales and sharing them with the others. Suddenly, an idea struck him. He remembered how the moon had told him about Sirius, the brightest star in the sky. Maybe he could ask Sirius to tell them a story instead. So Timmy went to his window and shouted, "Hey Sirius, can you hear me? Please, please tell us a story." Sirius, being a kind and generous star, agreed. "All right, children, gather around," she said in a voice like tinkling bells. "Tonight, I shall tell you about the birth of the phoenix." And so Sirius took over the moon's storytelling duties, captivating the villagers with tales of bravery, hope, and renewal. As the story ended, the first rays of sunlight peeked through the clouds, revealing a smiling moon. "Thank you, Sirius," Timmy called out. "You were wonderful." The moon waved. "Thank you, Timmy. You know, it's okay to feel lonely sometimes. Even I get lonely up here in the sky. But stories and imagination can light up the darkest nights." From that day on, whenever the clouds hid the moon, the villagers would look up at the stars and ask their favorite constellations to tell them a story. And every single night, one of the stars would gladly take on the role, making sure no one ever felt lonely or bored again. As for Timmy, well, he continued to ask lots of questions. But now he also knew that sometimes the answers are the stories we tell each other under the stars. The end. Hey little learners, did you enjoy this magical tale of friendship and stardust? If you want to learn more fascinating stories about our incredible night sky, subscribe for more updates. We have so many more adventures waiting for us up there. Just like Timmy and the moon, we're always just a click away from launching into a new cosmic escapade. So don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified when we release a new video. It'll ensure you don't miss any of our out-of-this-world tales. Until next time, keep looking up and keep asking questions. Who knows what wonders you might discover?